What's happening? Crispy Akiyama. I recently had someone comment under one of my recent posts and basically had asked, hey, how did you get started with mixing and mastering, and what was the most helpful piece of advice, or what helped me out the most? Something along the lines of that. Excuse me. And I thought my journey was unique until I started being around other people who've been doing music for a while, and I found out it's really not that special. My experiences are special to me, but how I came up, it's actually quite normal. So I started off as an artist back like in 2010, 2011. Excuse me. I was recording over at someone's house, and then eventually got my own setup. I had Pro Tools 9 or Pro Tools MP9. For those of you that are old enough to know, Pro Tools 9 MP9 is when you could stop using DigiDesign interfaces and use a third-party interface. I think I was using the Inbox 2 at that time. It was either the 2 or the 3, whichever one. But so I was recording people at the house, right? But I got that set up for myself. And how I got down the rabbit hole of engineering was I felt that my presentation as an artist, like lyrically and delivery wise, it was good, but the sonics did not sound good. Right. So I wanted to just figure out how to make my music sound clear, how to make my music sound loud. And that was really to the extent of that. I did not know I was going to be doing what I'm doing now, right? But that's how I got into engineering, and the same thing with producing. You know, I I love sample beats, but at the time I didn't want to hear boom bap drums over every single time I heard a sample. Like what 21 Savage and J. Cole did that song a lot. I wanted to hear that back in like 2013, 2014, right? So I wanted to hear that back then. So that's when I got curious in production, right? But my whole thing, like honestly, at this age, I thought I'd be a professional skateboarder or own my own skate shop or be touring as an artist, you know. But as I got further deep down the rabbit hole of engineering, really what happened was is I became extremely curious about just how sound worked. I really enjoyed the science and the nuance of engineering and production, right? And so as I furthered my exploration into engineering and production, I moved further away from my artistry. And so now to answer the follow up question is what has helped me the most with mixing and mastering. And I will say the fact that I started off as an artist and I also produce, like I know how to make beats and like I know how to arrange and I know how to guide an artist throughout a vocal recording session. Like those tools or those skill sets are invaluable because see what happens is um I know a huge part of why certain artists, everyone I work with that likes to work with me likes working with me for some similar reasons, but there's some specific reasons, right? And I know some of the artists they love to work with me because it's like I can anticipate what they want in the song, right? And from me being an artist, I might know where they want the drops at, right? I might know what type of effect that they want because I'm thinking like if this was me rapping or this was me singing, what would I want? It's like if there was a specific bar that I had put in a song and like the context leading up to the bar and the space that follows it, I can anticipate like maybe they want something there to like exaggerate that moment, right? And so me had being an artist from the jump, I'm able to leverage that perspective. And then same thing with me being a producer, right? So if you're an engineer, you already know this, but most times, or not most times, but I'd say if you're a hip hop engineer and you're working out of studios, right? A lot of artists, they will bring in a 2-track beat. Most people are not bringing in stems, so we're just kind of used to that. And a lot of these beats have way too much low end. The 808s are way too loud, or the clap is like way too sharp, or the vocal sample, it's way too loud, or everything's mono, everything's right up the middle, whatever the case might be, right? So me being a producer, I'm able to be like, okay, you know, for one, knowing how to mix beats if I do get stems. But the second thing is like being able to approach an artist. Like, let's say for hypothetical reasons, they like future type beats, right? An artist that I work with consistently likes future type beats. And he usually picks from a specific producer, doesn't even have a relationship with this person. He just subscribes to this producer, so he's always pulling beats. But the beats from this producer typically have too much low end, and let's say that the claps are pretty harsh and claps are pretty loud. Maybe they just have a poor monitoring environment, or their ears just aren't trained to know what's exactly kind of like going on, right? And so part of the Akiyama experience, like something me personally, I don't expect any other engineer to do this, but something I would do personally is I'm like, okay, they like these types of beats. It's going to make my job easier if they work with better quality beats. So I would have the conversation like, I'm going to do my best. However, the more plugins that I put on this beat to process it, to make it sound like just decent, the more unnatural it's going to sound, right? And so what I might do is I might say one of two things. I'm like, I would look for other people that have, future type beats that have maybe a little less low end, or try to coach them on what to listen for. Or on my downtime, because I'm always on YouTube anyway, I might just look up future type beats, and I might just find a producer for them that has future type beats similar to what they like, or whatever type beats they like. But find a producer that has a similar aesthetic to what they like, and they are mixing their beats better, because if I can get a better 2-track beat, I can do my job more easily, or just get a more desirable end result, right? And so part of what helps me out is my ability to know as a producer and as an artist how to guide the artist when it comes to the recording, mixing, and mastering process. Those are my best things that I would actually have to give to someone. If you are an artist or a producer and you are now an engineer, drop a comment. I'm curious to know what your rabbit hole journey was to becoming an engineer. But hope this was helpful. Y'all be good to yourselves. Like, subscribe, drop a comment. If you did not like this video, then drop a thumbs down. It all counts towards the algorithm anyway. So be good to yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Watch out.